Have you ever been around someone who is depressed? Maybe you were and you just didn't know it because they put on a show and you had not to show it. That's the kind of thing people with depression are really good at hiding. Depression could be a smiling stranger on the street, but also an eagle with a broken wing. Depression could be a man who works all the time to avoid things in his own mind, but also a phoenix that is just afraid to fly. My point is that a depressed person may shine like a diamond. Some days you might find they expel rays brighter than the sun, but just know they have picked up a gun, pointed it at their head, and mumbled underneath their breath, "I could end it all." No one cares. No one calls to see how I'm doing. It's not like it matters anyways. People only care about their day. Nobody cares that I'm going through it. Nobody cares until after you're dead. So I might as well just take my last breath and put the depression to rest for once and for all. So I'm telling you now to make that phone call. Check on your family, check on your friends, because they may very well be getting close to the end and you would never know. Tell them they are going to be okay. Tell them they are worth living another day, and never ever hesitate to tell them you love them. Because that alone could be what they need to hear and what keeps them holding on for one more year. Depression is not always what it seems. It's not loud on the outside, but on the inside it screams. It can rip a person apart at the seams and tear at their heart until it bleeds, and that's just the start. But it will inevitably end in a catastrophe. Depression is not a battle that is won overnight. In fact, it may be one of the most grueling things you will face in your life. You will have to fight, scratch, and crawl up the ladder, and still you may fall. But the most important thing is that you stand tall. You get back up on that ladder and you climb that wall, because you might be surprised at what's on the other side. You will walk out of the dark into the light. You will get into your car and not think about swerving into a tree. You will realize that living is your destiny, and you will be free of the depression that has held you down for so long. Earlier, I talked about an eagle with a broken wing. But when he seeked for help and his wounds were clean, he became an eagle that could finally be free. He screamed and he soared as the wind blew beneath him, because he knew he was no longer weakened by the wounds of his past. Instead, he was an eagle who could fly and be free at last. Also talked about a phoenix. The crazy thing about a phoenix is that it regenerates life. That means at some point it dies and it's born again. The phoenix is torn, my friends, by death itself. But that doesn't stop this fiery bird from restoring to full health. If the eagle and phoenix can do it, then you can too. The only person standing in your way is you, and once you realize it, a new life awaits. You just have to remember that each day is a battle of its own. Don't try to rush it. Take things slow, and know every day that you are not alone.